5 new things I'm loving in Evernote. That's what we're talking about today. Hi, this is Frank Buck, and this is the place to be if you want to get organized and make it look easy. The question used to be, how do I construct a system of folders so that I can file and later find documents? But the focus over the years has changed. In our information rich world, how can we quickly save and later find information? And how can we easily manipulate that information? So it's information rather than finding documents. I think it's essential that we all have two things. Number one, an efficient way to trap, organize, and execute tasks. And number two, an efficient way to trap, organize, and use digital notes. If you have these two things, forgetting becomes irrelevant and you can scale in terms of what you can do and the access to information that makes your life hum. Evernote is my note taking software choice. And today I'm going to share 5 relatively new enhancements that have made significant differences for me. Each has a substantial impact on my workflow and is something I use daily. First is what's called collapsible headers. These headers are activated by slash commands and little collapsible little arrows where you can click the arrow point, it opens the section, click it again, it closes the section. And being able to hit a slash command and hit a couple of letters like /1, hit enter, automatically turns the text that I've just typed into a level 1 header. And then if I just click the little arrow point to the left, it collapses anything that's under that header all the way down to the next level 1 header. I did an entire video on this concept, and I'm going to put the link to that video in the body of the blog post. And I encourage you to go and watch that. Before collapsible headers, each note was like a sheet of paper. And so if you had a great deal of information, the note got rather long. And that often led to the tendency to break up information over several shorter notes rather than have this one that was very long. And if you had these several notes that were all definitely related to each other, well, what often happened was you wound up creating a whole notebook to put those in to keep that information together. So with the collapsible headers, there's no longer any need to do that. You can have a long note, but because the sections are collapsed, you can see what you want to see it and then collapse that section, go to another. Now, the thing that has happened since I created that last video is this. Those collapsible headers have now come to your mobile devices. It wasn't there when I created the video before. All right, let's move on to the next. And please do go and watch that video where I really go into depth about those headers. Second is what's called the Light Client. It's an improvement over a long-standing Evernote feature. The ability to share information digitally is important. If I want to share a note with someone else, I've had that ability. If they were an Evernote user, I could grant them rights to view that note or rights to both view and edit it. And it was great. And if the person was not an Evernote user, I could still create a link to that note where they can view it. It was just like making that note a web page and it had a link, and anybody that had the link could view that note, but they could not make changes to it. The enhancement with this Light Client is the ability to give someone else who's not an Evernote user the ability to both view and edit a note. Let me give you an example. Right now, I'm planning an interview with a guest for a future episode. I'm using one single Evernote note to house all the information for that event. The guest bio, questions I'm going to ask him, links to include in the body of the blog post, other ways to contact him, all that sort of thing. And I would like for my guest to be also able to edit that note so that the two of us can work on it together. The only thing is, he doesn't use Evernote. No problem. I click the share button. I change the drop down that I see from restricted to anyone with the link can edit. And then I send that link to my guest. I'm done. After we record the session, I can turn off the sharing. So that's called the light client. Third, templates. We've had templates, but there's been significant improvement that makes them easier to use. And when something's easy to use, we use it. Before, anytime we created a new note, the option had always been there to use a template. It could be a template provided by Evernote. It could be a template that we had created in our own template gallery. Now, there were two problems. First, getting to your own template gallery was awkward, to say the least. And second, if you wanted to make a change to your template, you had to create a new note using that template, make your change there, save that note as a template, and delete the original template. There was no way to simply make a change to the template. That's all changed. Here's how it works. You create a new note and you compose your information that you want to be a template. In the upper right corner, you click the three-dot menu and choose Save as Template. Okay, so nothing new so far. You can save that template in any notebook of your choosing. So instead of it being over in that template gallery that's tough to get to, you can put it in any notebook that you want to. Big change, great change. And now, in addition to being able to put that template in any notebook, you also have a special kingdom in that left-hand menu called templates. Every template you have is going to show up there. So it's going to show up in two places. It's going to show up in the notebook of your choosing, and then all of your templates will show up in that template kingdom. The other big improvement is the ease with which you can change a template. When you open a template, you see a button to click if you want to simply use that template. You can now, it makes a copy of it, really. It makes a copy, gives you this fresh new note. You can title it whatever you want to title it. You can make whatever changes you want to make, and you save that, and your template, say, is still unchanged. Or if you want to make a change to that template, instead of clicking the button that says Use Template, you just start typing right in it. There's no saving that has to be done. It's automatically saved on its own. So if you find, you've created a template and then you see a typo, you just pull the template up, you make your change, and it's done for you. So what templates do I have? Well, here are a few. First, a packing list. So instead of reinventing that thing before every trip, just pull it up, click that you want to use that template, and then make changes according to the particular trip that you're going on. Meeting planner. So pull it up, click, use it for that particular meeting. Your template stays unchanged. One that I use all the time, one that I'm using right now, is a template for content creation. Every episode that I bring to you starts as a note in Evernote. And in fact, right this second, that note is on my screen. And I'm looking at it as I'm talking to you so that I don't get off topic. Another one is a Cornell Notes. If you use Cornell, the Cornell note-taking system, to have a little template that has all of those special sections. I have one for when I'm presenting somewhere, and you go in that room and there's certain things that you want to check to make sure that are working. Where's the lavalier mic? Where's the control for this, that, or the other? So I have a little checklist that I can just go through very quickly. Uh, Say you're planning professional development. Someone's bringing you into their organization. What questions do you want to ask them on the front end? What paperwork do you need from them? That sort of thing. It's all there in one template. Just click to use that template for that next event. And then one for emergency preparation, so that you're not having to think of those things when the heat is on. So, anyway, moving on. The fourth is AI voice transcription. Now, for this one, I'm also going to refer you back to a previous video. I bring the concept back here because it is so important. Imagine being able to talk and everything you say that you just talk into your phone is now suddenly editable digital text. You record a conversation and you know that you'll never miss a thing. Dictate a blog post to yourself. It's a whole lot easier to type than it is. It's a whole lot easier to talk than it is to type. I did a post on this concept and the next one as well. And it's so important, though, that I bring it up here again, and I encourage you to go back and watch that previous video. The link is in the body of the blog post. And the fifth and final one today is I'm really loving the image to text transcription. Okay, got a challenge for you right now. I want you to take out a piece of paper and write a paragraph. Copy something out of a book, do a little journaling on how your day's going, write out your favorite poem. Doesn't matter. Just right now, write out something. It can be print or it can be cursive, but just do it with pencil and paper right now. I'll wait. Just pause this and come back to it when you got that done. All right, now when you're finished, grab your phone and turn it into editable digital text. Pause this recording, do it, and come back. Okay? Did you really do it? If not, go back, do that. Are you able to do that? And if the answer is yes, fantastic. If the answer is no, then what I want you to do is whatever it takes to turn that answer into yes. Being able to take any print in the environment, print, cursive, whatever, and with your phone, snap a picture and turn it into editable digital text. That means you're taking notes in a meeting, it's handwritten, but you'd really like to have it digitized and be able to search it, be able to copy and paste, being able to take your phone, snap a picture in the note-taking app of your choice, and instantly it's editable digital text. That is a huge change in workflow. I cannot stress to you strongly enough that if you don't already have a way to do that, that you make it a priority to do so. I'm giving you a link to a post in this blog post that'll take you back to one that I did that shows you how I'm bringing that topic back now because it is so important, and that ability has caused a change, a definite change in my workflow. So as we approach the end of this episode, your assignment is to go back and watch the 3 videos that I've talked about. But more importantly, it's about practicing with these concepts until you get really good with them. They need to become second nature. And if you don't use Evernote, that's okay. Research if you can do the things that I've talked about with your note-taking app of choice. If there's a way to do it, it's going to be easily searchable to find that and make it part of your workflow, because we all need to up our game when it comes to digital notes. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. This has been Frank Buck, helping you get organized and make it look easy.